Hey chocolate friends, Carla from Opening Chocolate here. Today I am going to talk about the chocolate maker Primo Botanica out of Troy, New York in the United States. It was started in 2017 by Oliver Holecek in Troy, New York, and you know why I do these videos is because I always find it fascinating the path that people take to get to craft chocolate, because it can be similar, but it's always unique for that person. So Oliver has a unique path and how he got to his craft chocolate business. So I have a few bars from him that we'll talk about. Look at these nice colorful wrappers that we'll talk about, but let me give you a little bit of background about him first. So he grew up near Albany, New York. And when he was growing up, he lived on an acreage, things like raising chickens, growing vegetables. Unfortunately, in 1996, his mother was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and she wanted to share the world with her kids. So they sold their acreage and they traveled to 10 countries in 10 years. What an experience that must have been. But living with someone with chronic illness really inspired him to make significant lifestyle changes. So let's fast forward a little bit. He gets to university. He does his Bachelor's of Arts in Cultural Anthropology at SUNY Plattsburgh, finishes that in 2012, but he actually started in nutrition and whole foods. But the courses that he was taking just wasn't really what he was expected. He was looking for something more along the environmental impacts of human health and human food. So that's why he shifted to cultural anthropology, because there he got to look at a more human focus on things like traditional agriculture and indigenous nutritional structures of indigenous cultures and indigenous lifestyles. So also, while at university, he got to travel to Belize and Nicaragua to study regenerative farming. And that's where the inkling started with a connection with cacao. So let's see. So Oliver has a cousin, Jay, who is a certified natural chef, and he was one of the people that when Oliver's out visiting him in San Francisco, they went to, in like 2007, to the Scharfenberger factory, one of his first bean to bar experiences. So in 2016-2017, when Oliver decided, after a few years of doing other jobs, some were in the food industry, he decided that he wanted to experiment with chocolate making. He called up his cousin Jay to help him. And Jay was like, okay, instead of giving you a recipe, we're going to go to Costa Rica and get some beans. And that's what they did. They met up in Costa Rica, and Jay helped him through the farmers that he knew there, helped him secure his first supply of cacao beans. So he started, as many chocolate makers do, in his kitchen, which I'm sure his 3 roommates at the time totally loved, or not. Depends on how much neat freaks they were. Then they moved to beneath a winery, and then they renovated a kitchen in a historic church and moved there. So one of the things that's very important to Oliver is sourcing and having direct connections with indigenous farmers, because he tries to amplify indigenous voices. So his cacao comes from Central and South America, farm-owned cooperatives in Ecuador and Nicaragua. We'll take a look closer at his bar, but it's definitely inspired by South American cultures, Central and South American cultures. So I don't think I have anything else to tell you about his background. Let's flip the camera around. We'll take a look at the chocolate. So I have 3 bars from him right now. Well, actually I have 4, but I have 2 of the Jaguar. So I have this one, Strawberry Rescue, which is a strawberry mint dark chocolate. Fun combination there. I have the Shadow Panther, which is a high percentage, 92.3% dark chocolate. And I have the White Jaguar. This has Theobroma bicolor in it, as well as your regular everyday Theobroma cacao. So I am gonna decide when I flip the camera which one I'm gonna open. I might open more than one. So let's see what happens. Okay, so here's my 3 bars that I have from Primo Botanica. Let me tell you about the wrappers first. So the wrappers are inspired by a mix of Aztec, Incan, Mayan symbols and architecture, which you can kind of see with the bird and the symbolism on the front and the back on the wrappers. The name is it's a Spanish name, but it's kind of a play on words, a triple entendre. It means cousin's apothecary, but it can also mean best plants. It can also mean prime apothecary. So the herbalistic aspect is very important to Oliver, as is the health, I don't know the right words, the health nature of the food. His bars are vegan, they are gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, unrefined sugar. What else? You know what? I'm going to open this one because this one is interesting. So they used to have a bar that I think was called Strawberry Fields Forever. Let me just check. Yes, Strawberry Fields Forever. So this says that it needed a rebrand. So it tells you a little bit about the story. So if you look on the front of this wrapper, let's take a look. So we've got made in Troy, New York, Primo Botanica. We talked about the name. On the front of the wrapper, you can see it says small batch strawberry rescue. I don't know if you can see that tiny writing. It says formerly Strawberry Fields Forever. It's organic strawberry leather, wild Hudson Valley mint, 79% plant-based mint chocolate with rescued strawberry fruit leather. So, and then it says down here, my camera's not focusing very well on it, never soy or dairy. So if you look on the back, it says that they purchased 40 pounds of rescued strawberries from a farm with the idea of using them in their bar. So they created the fruit leather, and rescue being the theme, they're contributing 5% of the sales from this bar to Free Food Fridge, a local organization that collects food for neighborhoods suffering from food apartheid. So his interaction between food and people is important to him on several different levels. All right, so let's take a look at the ingredients. Oh, my camera's being so wonk today. So 79% strawberry mint dark chocolate. This is Ecuadorian cacao. Unrefined Colombian organic sugar. I believe he uses that in all of his bars. Dehydrated mint, freeze-dried strawberries. House-made strawberry leather. And then it just gives you a little bit of information about it. So, and up here he's got the cacao origin, the when it was created, and the batch number. So let's open this up and take a look here. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Our packaging is 100% compostable in home municipal facilities. So you can compost this package. All right, so here's the bar. I think I'm gonna need scissors to open this. So just grab a pair of scissors. So you can see the strawberry fruit leather, left the seeds in. That's nice. Okay. It's got a nice dark color to it. Let's see if we can hear a snap. it looks like it has a little bit of a dusting of, it's gone a little bit out of temper somewhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's got quite a nice dark color. What I'm going to do is I am going to just warm the cocoa butter up with my thumb to release the volatiles and see what I can smell, and then we'll give it a taste and see how it tastes. So this is a super interesting bar to me, mostly because it's so unexpected in the way the flavors are delivered. So I looked to double check the back and the ingredients. It seems that it's got dehydrated mint, freeze-dried strawberries, and then house-made leather. So it seems as though he's put some strawberries in the chocolate as well, unless I'm misinterpreting that ingredient list. So you can see the leather on the back. The chocolate is what you expect from Esmeraldas. It's low acidity, low astringency, a little bit of nut in there. Just at the end, I find that there's a light fruitiness to it, but I can't tell if that's the Esmeraldas or if that's the dehydrated strawberry that he's added. What I do find really interesting about this bar is the mint. The mint for me is, it seems to be, it's different. Like, it's definitely not your toothpaste grocery store mint chocolate. And it's different than a essential oil mint chocolate because there's this really not strong as an overwhelming, but definitely detectable herbal note to the mint. Like, you get the green of the mint, not just like a toothpaste flavor. So you've got this really interesting thing going on, and you get it a lot. I don't get it when you smell it, but when I've got it in my mouth and I'm getting the retronasal scent in my nose, you definitely get the mint, the greenness of the mint. I don't know how else to explain that. It's very unique. So you get this, it's like you're eating mint out of your garden, not artificial, not as an oil, not concentrated extract. It's mint out of your garden kind of taste, which I'm sure is exactly what he is going for. He wants that herbal nature to it. I'm going to open this one too, just for fun. This is made with, so this is a white milk. So Pataxel, I don't know, this is Theobroma bicolor. I can say the scientific name. It's got 5 or 6 indigenous names. So it's a cousin, I guess you could call it. It's in the same genus as cacao, Theobroma cacao. This is a vegan white. So like I said before, all of his chocolates are vegan. It has not only, so if you flip over to look at the ingredient list, let's see if we can get this in focus. So it's a white, so cocoa butter should be the first ingredient. So you've got cocoa butter, panela sugar, coconut milk powder, and then you have the Theobroma liqueur, the bicolor liqueur, and then the roasted bicolor nibs and sea salt. So interesting combination. So you can see here, let's open up this bar. It's got a nice caramel color to it for a nice white caramel. So nice color to it. Those on the back are the bicolor nibs, roasted nibs. Let's see if we can hear a snap on this one. Good snap for a white, that's for sure. I like this mold. I like the thickness of this mold when I see this mold. So the bicolor, before I taste this, bicolor, when they're roasted, they have a nutty, kind of almost avocado flavor to me. So let's warm this up a little, see if I can get some aromas from it and taste it, and we'll give it a try. Okay, so I like this bar a lot. This one, the bicolor comes from Mexico, and when you smell it, you get the coconut, you get the nuttiness, you get the caramel from the panela. When you taste it, the bicolor has this really subtle nuttiness, almost like so it's like a nut because it has its own, the cocoa butter in the bicolor gives it that oil that nuts have. So you get this, and the sweetness in the chocolate is perfectly balanced, not too sweet, just exactly right. So you get this nice coconutty flavor with the caramel and the smooth mouth feel of the cocoa butter. And then when you bite into one of the nibs, you get that mild nuttiness, almost slightly avocado-ish flavor, and it's just really, really nice. This is a dangerous bar for me. So good thing I bought two. Really, really nice. I like this bar a lot. So I'm going to save this high percentage one for another time. So let's flip the camera around and we can finish up. All right, so that is Primo Botanica. When I was interviewing Oliver, I asked him what is one of the things that he's most proud of in his company. And he said that one of the things that he is most proud of is the philanthropic aspect of his company. I'm going to read you what he told me. So he said, I'm proud of the philanthropic facet of the company, which donates a percentage of our profits to reparation, rematriation, and regeneration efforts. So, and then I also read that on this one that how they're donating to a help food security in the United States. So, way to go, Oliver and company. You're making great chocolate. You're doing good things for the earth and for people. 2020, they opened a brick and mortar in upstate New York, or Albany area, New York, Troy, New York. I believe it's with the coffee company. As far as I know, it's still there. They're still going strong. So yeah, make sure he has lots of stuff. Things come and go on his website. He's a small batch maker. He makes things when he gets them, and when he doesn't have them, he doesn't make them. Make something new. So you got to watch his website, see when things come and go. Interesting flavors come and go. Unique combinations come and go. So when you see something that you like on his website, make sure to give it a try, because I think you will be happy with whatever you try. And that is all I have to say about Primo Botanica. If you have a maker that you'd like me to explore, or a chocolate bar that you love, let me know about it in the comments. If you've tried Primo Botanica, let me know what you thought of them. And make sure that you hover over here and subscribe so we can hang out every Thursday and talk about chocolate, because I love talking all things chocolate and I want to do it with you. So we'll see you next week.